The job description of a QA engineer focuses on ensuring the quality, functionality, and performance of software applications before they are released to end users. QA, quality assurance, engineers play a critical role in the software development lifecycle by identifying bugs, validating new features, and verifying that applications meet both technical requirements and user expectations. They work across teams, testing software products through manual and automated methods to minimize defects, ensure compliance with standards, and maintain the overall integrity of a product. QA engineers are integral to any company that develops software, whether for web, mobile, or embedded systems. Their mission is to prevent errors from reaching users, and they do this by systematically checking every part of an application, interfaces, databases, integrations, workflows, and more. Depending on the organization, they may work in Agile, Scrum, or DevOps environments, collaborating closely with developers, product managers, and operations staff to ensure that quality remains a priority throughout the development cycle. At the foundation of this role lies a deep understanding of software development, testing methodologies, and quality standards. QA engineers do not just test to find defects. They create strategies to ensure defects don't occur in the first place. They write and maintain test plans, create test cases and scripts, automate repetitive testing tasks, and continuously evaluate the effectiveness of their testing procedures. Their contributions reduce the risk of product failure, improve user satisfaction, and ensure quicker turnaround times by catching issues early. Key responsibilities of a QA engineer. A QA engineer is responsible for designing and implementing test strategies that cover all aspects of a software application. These strategies are developed based on technical specifications, user stories, and business requirements. QA engineers prepare detailed documentation, including test plans, test scenarios, and traceability matrices, to track what has been tested and what remains outstanding. An important part of their job is test case creation and execution. These professionals write both manual and automated test cases to verify the behavior of the software under different conditions. Whether it's validating login functionality, checking API responses, or verifying UI components across devices, they methodically examine the application to ensure it behaves as expected. Automation is a key focus area in the modern QA workflow. QA engineers are often required to write scripts in languages like Python, Java, JavaScript, or Ruby, using tools such as Selenium, Cypress, JUnit, or TestNG. By automating repetitive or regression tests, they increase efficiency and reduce the chances of human error. Automation also facilitates continuous integration and continuous delivery, CI/CD, where code is deployed frequently, and automated tests help catch issues early in the pipeline. One of the most vital elements of a QA engineer's role is bug identification and tracking. Using bug tracking tools like Jira, Bugzilla, or Azure DevOps, QA engineers log defects with detailed information, steps to reproduce, expected versus actual behavior, and screenshots or logs for reference. They then collaborate with developers to prioritize and resolve these issues before retesting them to confirm fixes. Another key responsibility within the job description of a QA engineer is performance, security, and usability testing. While basic functionality testing ensures an app works, performance testing ensures it can handle load, stress, or volume scenarios. QA engineers use tools like JMeter, LoadRunner, or Gatling to assess how the system performs under pressure. Security testing may involve validating authentication flows, checking for vulnerabilities, and ensuring that sensitive data is protected. Usability testing involves evaluating how user-friendly and intuitive the application is from the perspective of an end user. QA engineers also participate actively in software development processes. In Agile teams, they join daily stand-ups, sprint planning, reviews, and retrospectives. They collaborate with product managers to understand acceptance criteria and with developers to clarify feature implementation. In doing so, they serve as advocates for quality, constantly raising the bar for what a release-ready product should look like. Additionally, QA engineers are expected to contribute to test data management. They create and maintain the datasets needed for meaningful and repeatable tests. They may work with SQL, NoSQL, or even mock data tools to simulate realistic scenarios. Having good test data allows them to identify edge cases that might otherwise go unnoticed during routine checks. Skills and qualifications of a QA engineer. QA engineers need a combination of technical expertise and analytical thinking to perform their roles effectively. They must be proficient in software testing techniques, scripting languages, test automation frameworks, and bug tracking systems. A deep understanding of software architecture and programming logic allows them to write meaningful test cases and spot complex bugs. Analytical thinking and attention to detail are essential traits. QA engineers must think critically and question how features should behave under different inputs, user behaviors, and external conditions. Their ability to simulate real-world usage ensures the product is resilient and robust in production environments. Effective communication skills are crucial, especially when describing bugs, writing documentation, or collaborating with cross-functional teams. QA engineers must be able to clearly explain issues, propose solutions, and advocate for quality improvements without causing friction. Time management and prioritization skills also play a major role. When multiple releases are being tested simultaneously, QA engineers must focus on the most business-critical issues first. They should understand risk assessment and balance coverage with speed. Educationally, most QA engineers hold a bachelor's degree in computer science, information technology, software engineering, or related fields. However, practical experience with testing tools, real-world projects, and certifications such as ISTQB, CSTE, or Certified Agile Tester often carry equal weight. Many QA engineers begin their careers as junior testers or QA analysts and work their way up through experience and skill development. Work environment and career path. QA engineers typically work in office settings or remote environments depending on company policy. They spend a significant portion of their time on computers, writing scripts, running tests, documenting outcomes, and collaborating through project management platforms and communication tools. Career growth opportunities are abundant. With experience, QA engineers may move into roles like QA lead, test architect, automation specialist, or even software development engineer in test, SDET. Some pivot into project management, product ownership, or DevOps roles due to their extensive cross-functional collaboration. Senior QA engineers often mentor junior staff, oversee test strategy, and influence software development best practices. Toward the conclusion of the job description, it's worth emphasizing that QA engineers play a foundational role in software success. They serve as the final gatekeepers before code reaches users, and their diligence saves companies from reputation-damaging bugs, costly rollbacks, or customer dissatisfaction. As businesses increasingly rely on digital products, the importance of thorough, consistent quality assurance cannot be overstated. Conclusion: the job description of a QA engineer outlines a role that blends critical thinking, technical know-how, and a commitment to excellence. QA engineers are the unsung heroes of software development, catching issues before they escalate and ensuring that each product release meets the highest standards. Whether testing new features, automating regression tests, or collaborating with developers to fix bugs, QA engineers contribute immense value at every stage of the development cycle. For those passionate about technology, problem-solving, and delivering polished, reliable software, this role offers both challenge and opportunity in equal measure.